and of scientific exploration. And for Starfleet, one of our most important posts.
Captain, regarding our conversation about someone to replace me...
Yes, I'm sorry I haven't had time yet to communicate that to command.
I would prefer you ignore it, sir.
I'm not sure that I can. Are you certain that's what you want? Because we cannot afford to have a commanding officer who is...
I'm certain, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Sisko.
Where can someone practice with his phaser around here? No rules.
You can't cheat every customer who walks through the door anymore, Quark. You are a community leader now.
Very well, very well. Perhaps we could discuss these new rules over a drink.
If you don't take that hand off my hip, you'll never be able to raise a glass with it again.
Oh, I love a woman in uniform.
And 3 Fresnelian science vessels are requesting permission to dock.
Problem is, we've been retrofitting the airlocks, sir. Half of them were damaged during the move, and most of the others when the Cardassians blew out the fuel conduits.
I guess they'll just have to transport fuel. Station.
You thought they were the only way to fight stains, but there's something with power that hits stains like a hammer. Power that cuts stains like a knife. It's not a pre-treater, it's new Ultra Era. Now so powerful, you actually use less. This pre-treater can't beat this stain even with detergent. But watch Era cut through with just a spray of water. For power that comes on like thunder, it's Ultra Era, the power tool for stains.
What happens when hot and cool combine?
Hot eats, cool treats at Dairy Queen.
Our famous Blizzard is on sale now for just 99 cents. Or get a Breeze made with non-fat frozen yogurt, same price.
So good.
Fruit, chocolate, cookies, or candy. Blizzard flavor treat. Breeze frozen yogurt treat. Now just 99 cents each.
Hot eats, cool treats. We treat you right.
Your Dodge dealer wants to drop something on you. A bed liner at no extra charge when you buy any new Dodge pickup, like this Dakota Sport with an available 230 horsepower Magnum V8. Pick this Dakota, and you can also get up to $750 cash back, plus a bed liner at no extra charge. But don't get caught napping on this bed liner offer. It's for a limited time only. So before this deal comes to a close, see your participating Dodge dealer.
Data's memory malfunction turns a Wild West fantasy into a real live shootout.
My God, you've been shot.
Now, with only primitive defenses, can Worf stop a gang of murderous outlaws?
Where have they taken my son?
And with no escape, can he survive a violent showdown?
There's a gunfighter out there who has the speed and accuracy of an android.
On Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Saturday night at 10:30 on KHQA TV7.
Introducing the newest member of the NBA, Rochelle Tasker.
Come to McDonald's right now and you could win a fantasy NBA contract for a day. Buy an extra value meal and get an NBA fantasy pack free. Or pick one up for only 59 cents with any other purchase. Collect exclusive Upper Deck NBA cards. Win fantasy prizes like cruises with NBA players, trips on American Airlines, the official airline of the NBA, or even an NBA salary for a day.
Does this come with sleeves?
Hurry, because what you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Here you go again. Heading for an upset. When eating and drinking on the run gets to your stomach, you want a medicine that works on your stomach itself. Pepto-Bismol tablets. As it coats, Pepto delivers powerful medicine directly to your stomach, right where you hurt. Pepto-Bismol. The one that coats is the only one you need.
Did you know that prescription medicines you take daily can dangerously interact with drugs used in an emergency? Medical Alert lets medical teams know your medications and medical history, information that can save your life. To learn more, call 1-800-ID-ALERT or ask your pharmacist.
On the next Street Justice. A cop's murder is pinned on the wrong man.
Number 3, he's the one who killed Mom.
Now, can Boudreaux and Grady find the answers?
You sure you picked the right man?
Before the real killer strikes again.
Run! Metro Police, don't do it!
Saturday late night on KHQA TV 7.
Assembly Hall on the campus of Illinois State University in Champaign. The boys' Class A consolation game is coming up next, featuring the Cardinals of Hamilton High against the Pilots of Carroll. Hello again, everyone. Joe Passion back with you at America's original March Madness here. The boys' Class A basketball finals are now coming to a close here in our evening session. And these first two teams that will be pitted here in the consolation game were the teams that fell in the semifinals. Let's take a look back on how those brackets were composed earlier today. Chicago Hales will meet Stanton in the final game to be played later this evening, beating Carroll on a last-second buzzer beater, and Staunton a 10-point winner over Hamilton. Now, Hamilton and their opponents here today are also two small towns like Carroll that have some great history behind them. Let's take a look now back on our country company's Main Street video walk-around. Hamilton was founded in 1852 and is named after Artorius Hamilton. About 30 miles north of Quincy, Hamilton is just a stone's throw away from the states of Missouri and Iowa. In 1948, Hamilton consolidated with Elviston High School, and today some 844 students attend all grades. To say they are ready for Champaign would be an understatement. Hamilton hopes the long trek across Illinois will bring home a state tournament trophy. The southernmost city in Illinois, Carroll, was founded in 1846 at a point where the Ohio and Mississippi rivers converge. The old Civil War town was important because of its great access to rail and riverboat traffic. In 1968, Carroll Sumner High School merged with Carroll High to form today's Crescent School. The Pilots' rich basketball tradition has averaged over 20 wins a year the past 2 decades. It will be the Pilots against the Cardinals for the 3rd and 4th place trophies. That's coming up next from America's original March Madness in Champaign. The Illinois High School Association and its basketball finals are brought to you in part by the country companies. When it matters most, the country's behind you. And by milk and the people who produce milk, the dairy farm families of Wisconsin and Illinois. by Zenith. The quality goes in before the name goes on. CarX muffler and brake. For mufflers, brakes, and shocks, don't worry, call the CarX man. And by Toyota. I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Tomorrow at 5 p.m. for the right to advance to next weekend's Class AA State Tournament.
Another day begins in Europe. And as it does, American Airlines will touch down in 13 European cities in 9 different countries. So whether it's business or pleasure that brings you to Europe, fly the airline that can have you there as early as tomorrow morning. American Airlines, something special to Europe.
Lisa Brill, Southeast Iowa Bureau Chief for KHQA TV7 Eyewitness News.
I'm proud to be a part of the Southeast Iowa community. Because I live in Southeast Iowa, I'm near the news as it happens. I care about the people of the area. I know what's important to them because it's important to me, too. I get the news for them quickly and accurately.
Lisa Brill, one of the experienced professionals on KHQA TV7 Eyewitness News. People you can count on.
Welcome back live to the Assembly Hall as we get set for our boys' Class A consolation basketball game. The Cardinals against the Pilots, and at half court, handling the play-by-play. Let's send it over to Dick Lutkey and his color analyst, Greg Sterritt.
Hey, thank you very much, Joe. Both of these teams now trying to overcome the disappointments of semifinal round losses earlier today here at the Assembly Hall. Brian Stillwell is in his second year as the coach at Hamilton, and his team will win a trophy this year. It'll be its first trophy ever. How has the coach gotten his club ready for this third-place contest?
First thing we try to do is get them a little rest, kind of get them away and reevaluate some of the things we did wrong earlier and come back. Our philosophy for Hamilton basketball is win our first game and our last game and let those in between, handle themselves. If we win our last one tonight, we'll go out on a good note and be a good spot to pick up again for next year.
It's an inside-oriented attack for Hamilton, and the guy who's best on the inside is a big guy named Kurt Meister.
Well, Meister at 6'8" and about 240 pounds. They really look to him to score points. He had a big ball game in the semifinals with 18 points. He's a good post-up player. Works real hard on the inside. A nice look inside. Meister with a nice seal. Meister gets up on the glass. A nice two-pointer for Kurt Meister. And Meister had 18 points and 9 rebounds in the semifinal ball game.
Well, the Pilots of Cairo won the third-place trophy back in 1981. They would like to do it again here. Bill Chumler was around at that time with Anthony Webster, the big star of that team. He's got a good team this year, but his team is a little bit less than 100% physically.
Well, Chucky Cohen is out. He's out for the game. He's got some kind of twisted muscle spasm, so he can't go. And Tyrone, hopefully, he won't get the cramps tonight, It's something you just don't know.
How do you keep him up for a consolation game, Coach?
Well, I tell you, it's kind of hard. We've been there talking to him now. It's kind of hard to get myself up, but I tell you, there's only 2 teams in the state can finish the season winning the last ball game, and we got a chance to be one of them.
Tyrone Nesby had just 13 points in the semifinal loss this afternoon, and there was a reason for that, Greg.
Well, Nesby was bothered by leg cramps, and that was a big part of Carroll's loss in the ball game. It'll be interesting to see how Tyrone Nesby is able to play here in the third-place game. He's their go-to guy. Only had 13 points in the semifinal ball game, but Carroll got a big ball game from Simeon Williams. He had 27 points, and he was the guy that they went to in the ball game in the semifinal contest. Nesby and Williams need a big ball game, but also in the backcourt, Carroll's going to have to get some help. As Coach Chumler indicated, one of the backcourt players, Chucky Cohen, is not dressed and will not be able to play.
Well, let's check out the Car X factors of the game here as we get set for the third-place contest. The Car X factors of the game brought to you by Car X Muffler and Brake. For mufflers, brakes, and shocks, don't worry, call that Car X man.
Well, very important for Hamilton to control tempo. They've also got to be able to handle the pressure. The defense of the Cairo Pilots, for Cairo, they got to get on the offensive boards. They need some easy baskets, some easy scores. In Cairo, they want it up-tempo basketball game. They like to score off a transition.
Well, it's not always easy to get ready for a third-place game, but these two teams appear ready to give us a good show. We'll be back with that show in just a moment as we return after these local messages.
These Hamilton merchants congratulate the Hamilton Cardinals on their first trip ever to the IHSA Finals. Great job, team. The Montebello Manor Skilled Health Care Center, specializing in rehabilitative services. Security Bank of Hamilton, member FDIC. They're banking on the Cardinals. And your Erico Convenience Centers throughout Illinois. Support these Hamilton merchants and cheer the Cardinals on. Go team, go!
Data's memory malfunction turns a Wild West fantasy into a real live shootout.
My God, you've been shot!
Now, with only primitive defenses, can Worf stop a gang of murderous outlaws?
Where have they taken my son?
And with no escape, can he survive a violent showdown?
There's a gunfighter out there who has the speed and accuracy of an android.
On Star Trek, The Next Generation.
Saturday night at 10:30 on KHQA TV 7.
Set for the final session here of the 1993 Class A State Basketball Tournament in Champaign. The championship game tonight between Hales Franciscan and Staunton. And the preliminary to that one is the third place contest. Cairo and Hamilton. Cairo, the only team among the Final Four to win a trophy previously. They were third 12 years ago. Let's meet the starters for this third place contest. Here's public address announcer Steve Adams.
The winner of this game with a record of 28-3, and the Pirates of Cairo High School entering this game with a record of 25-8. First at forward for Hamilton, a 6'2 junior, number 40, Todd Brownlee. At forward for Cairo, a 5'11 sophomore, number 45, Michael Hughes. At the other forward for the Cardinals, a 6'4 senior, number 52, Jason Havens. And at the other forward for Cairo, a 6'7 junior, number 33, Tyrone Nesby. At center for Hamilton, a 6'8 junior, number 54, Kurt Meister. And at center for Cairo, a 6'7 senior, number 50, Simeon Williams. At one of the guards for Hamilton, a 6' senior, number 14, John Holcomb. And at guard for Cairo, a 5'10 junior, number 20, Marcus Davis. At the other guard for the Cardinals, a 6' senior, number 4, Ryan Lemon. And at the other guard for the Pilots, a 5'10 senior, number 15, Glenn Box.
Get some money.
And now let's meet the coaches.
Well, let's look at Coach Brian Stillwell and the lineup with which he'll go here in the third place contest. Stillwell only in his second year at Hamilton, 48 wins and 11 defeats. What a great start to his coaching career. And of course, Bill Chumbler, the veteran, he's been around for 20 seasons. 15 of those years he's won at least 20 games, and his lineup altered there as Cohen will not get the start because of the injury. Hamilton and Cairo set to go at it here for third place. One of your network sponsors is Toyota.
Your Toyota dealers are proud to announce a beauty of a deal on a beauty of a car. A one-of-a-kind introductory offer on the all-new Toyota Corolla with its Camry-like styling. The deal is $179 a month for 48 months with no down payment. It gets even better. No strip down here. You get air conditioning, power steering, AM/FM radio, even driver's side airbag. But it's a limited time offer, so for the best selection, don't wait. Why settle for less than a Corolla? Your Toyota dealer can give you a beauty of a deal for less than you thought.
It just kind of pleasures you to see something you built that works good.
Butch Unkin is the kind of farmer who likes to solve his own problems, whether it's building a grain cart from scratch or controlling his weeds. So he goes with Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2. Uses 1, 2, or all 3, and designs his own post-soybean program.
And I enjoyed doing it. That's the answer. If it works when you get in and you like it.
Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2. What makes them better is you.
Starting lineups are brought to you by Zenith. The quality goes in before the name goes on. The late change, Marcus Davis instead of Chucky Cohen for Caro.
Yeah, Cohen with an injured back is not even in uniform for Caro, but it's used Nesby and Simeon Williams and Marcus Davis and Glenn Box in the backcourt. Line up the same.
And the comparisons, Greg, pretty even on paper anyway.
Well, field goals about the same. Three-point field goals, you give the edge to Hamilton. Free throws to Hamilton. Rebounding and size and quickness, I think you have to give to Caro.
And that is a big factor. Caro, very quick and very good rebounding ball club as they win the draw here, and we're underway. It comes inside to Hughes, the so-called Tasmanian Devil, missed the shot. And Hamilton, with John Holcomb controlling the rebound, now looks to score the first points of the game. Inside is Havens, and his shot off the bottom of the board, and then inadvertently knocked out of bounds by Caro. It'll be put in play by Hamilton as we look at tonight's officials. Robert Redman working with Clive Hornstein. Here it goes to the wing. And down underneath, it's Meister who gets the first basket of the game. Kurt Meister, 18 for him earlier today. He has his first 2 of the third-place game. From the perimeter, a three-point basket for Marcus Davis, the man who is getting the rare start for Caro, and he puts his team up 3-2.
Caro opens in that press. They love to trap out of that press, and need to watch Tyrone Nesby. He's still bothered, it appears, by some leg cramps. He's still kind of hobbling around a little bit, not moving real well.
Ryan Lemon with a good shot fake, and then the pass inside, but this time Meister missed the chance. Brownlee tries to clean up, and the rebound after his miss for Williams, but a steal here. Lemon with the shot, and it hit the top of the board. Meister rebounds it and draws the foul, and Hamilton coming out playing hard, Greg.
Yeah, they're playing very hard. You know, it looks like Brian Stillwell's really got his ball club ready to play the third-place game, and both coaches touched on that. It's difficult, Dick, for your ball club to get ready to play in the consolation game, but you know, it's always nice to close the season with a win. I think it leaves a little better taste in your mouth over that long summer when you're preparing for the following year if you finish on a positive note.
Bill Chumler put it well as Meister shoots the first of 2 in, and it's now a 3-3 tie. You have just 2 teams finishing the season with a victory. The one that wins this game, and of course the one that wins our next one, as Meister has all 4 of Hamilton's points, and it's a 1-point lead now for the Cardinals.
2-3 zone by Hamilton. They've played that throughout the tournament. It's very effective when you've got Meister on the inside.
And that opens up the 3-point opportunity, but Davis misses again, or misses rather the first time. For the first time, he made his first attempt. Here's Lemon at the other end. Ryan Lemon with a fadeaway shot. And suddenly it's a 3-point lead for Hamilton.
Nice pass that time by Jason Havens.
This is Williams, who had the big game today. The rejection by Meister, but Anthony Nesby gets the loose ball. Hamilton in that zone, and the 3-point try, not good for Box. The rebound for the big guy Meister. Here's Lemon on the run. Great pass to Holcomb, but the layup missed, and Nesby outlets it. Back the other way we go. This is Simeon Williams. And the foul against Meister. His first, and the first foul against Hamilton in this game as we look at Kurt Meister, 6'8", 240-pound junior. He'll be back for this club next year.
Had a nice ball game this afternoon with 18 points and 9 rebounds. And he's got the ability to not only post up, Dick, but he can take you outside. He proved in the semis that he could shoot it from the perimeter.
Here's a perimeter shot, and it won't go, but the tip is there. As it is Hughes who gets the basket off the miss from outside by Box, and it's a 6-5 Hamilton lead. At the other end, Brownlee nails it. That's a 2-point basket for Todd Brownlee. His first basket, 8-5. Now Hamilton back up by 3.
Hamilton's as loose as you can be, too, aren't they? Very loose.
Davis for 3. Off the back of the iron, and the rebound for Holcomb. I do think it's tougher for Cairo to get ready for this game emotionally because of the nature of their loss. It came in the final seconds to Hales Franciscan as the shot by Holcomb is off the back of the iron. Nesby has the rebound. This is Box. And he gets the return pass. Nesby will try the long one. He's a good three-point shooter, as you see there. We're tied now, 8-8. That's a couple of three-point baskets already for Cairo.
Yeah, when you're 6'7" like Nesby, you can just take it down the perimeter and just shoot over the smaller people of Hamilton at the perimeter.
Brownlee, yeah, Brownlee almost handed it to Williams, who's on his way down to the other end and has drawn the foul. The second of the game against the Cardinals of Hamilton. Ryan Lemon picks up the personal, his first and the team's second, as we say, and we get our first timeout of the ball game. Well, a lot of scoring here through the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It's an 8-8 ball game. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
When my dad died, it was a shock going through all this stuff. I mean, I'm sure he knew where everything was, but to me, it was complete chaos. At least for all our insurance, he dealt with one agent who took care of everything.
Country Companies. It's nice to know when it matters most. The country's behind you.
I guess we're all gonna die sometime. My dad just didn't think it would be so soon.
A picture can say 1,000 words. Now with Zenith Color Television, it truly does. Zenith is the first TV ever to combine state-of-the-art technology with a choice of closed captioning as an aid to entertainment and learning. For true innovation in television, ask to see a Zenith.
DuPont Game Summary is brought to you by Classic Pinnacle and Assure 2. What makes them better is you.
For Hamilton, first time in the Final Four, has never won trophy in any sport.
Well, that's about to change. Cairo, as we mentioned earlier, took third in 1981. Remember Anthony Webster, Greg?
Awful good player. Went on to have a nice career at Bradley.
As the pass comes to the wing, and now Box for 3. And the rebound for Lemon, but then knocked out of bounds.
Both ball clubs not spending a lot of time on the offensive end. That shot's going up pretty quick, and Hamilton 3 of 9, and Cairo 3 of 10. So a lot of shots early in the ball game. 4:35 left in the first quarter.
Yeah, both teams playing a little more loosely than they have in the championship bracket games here. Nesby goes toward the hole and has drawn the foul. Well, you can see he's just not moving as leisurely or as easily as he did particularly yesterday.
Well, the legs bothered him in the second half. The third and really about the middle of the third quarter is when his legs started to cramp up on him in the ball game against Hales, and he only scored 2 points in the whole second half.
Brownlee's foul, and now Williams misses the shot. Meister couldn't find it, but Havens is there to scoop it up for Hamilton as the Cardinals look to regain the lead. 8-8 ball game, almost halfway through period number 1. We may see more subs for both of these teams than we otherwise would here in a third-place game. Shot off the dribble by Holcomb is not there. Lemon tried to tip it in and couldn't. And the rebound for Hughes. Hughes only 5'11", but he gets his share of boards. Nesby with the 3. That's his second of the game, and it's a 3-point lead for Cairo.
Now Nesby back-to-back threes to give Cairo a 3-point advantage at 11-8.
And that pass almost too far for Lemon. He just got the fingertips on it there and kept it in play. But now 10 seconds is the call against Ryan Lemon.
Nice pressure defense that time by Cairo. And the way they use that press, good look at head coach Bill Chumbler in his 20th year. 421 and 160. had a great run at Carroll. And you talk about a great player stepping up and hitting a big shot right there. It's Tyrone Nesby behind the arc, knocks down the three.
Now another three effort, and Marcus Davis misses. Nesby tried to put it home, couldn't do it. Battle for the loose ball, and Carroll comes up with it. They're showing their quickness and their jumping ability there as they get a third opportunity to score here. The zone for Hamilton, designed to keep that ball out of the middle, but it goes into the middle anyway. Hughes misses the shot. Here's Williams. And a foul called against Hamilton, and the Cardinals are going to have to get some defensive rebounds here. I believe it's Meister, and that would be 2 on him already.
Well, out of the 10 rebounds that Carroll's got, 6 of them have come off the offensive glass. They're just playing a little volleyball, just keeping it alive on the inside.
Free throws for Williams, the first of which is home. Simeon Williams, 11 for 19 from the field in that 2-point loss to Hales Franciscan today. He had a great game. His second free throw makes it a 13-8 lead. Carroll with its biggest advantage of the game. Here's Ryan Lemon to Meister. But the interception by Box, who saved it in. Brownlee in the backcourt to get it. Lemon at the wing. Havens lost it. But it comes to Holcomb as Hamilton retains control. Oh, and the pass right through the legs of Meister. Not a good pass that time by Ryan Lemon. And now we get our first substitutions of the ball game. Hamilton brings in its backup guards, Darren Monroe and Jeff Doherty. We saw plenty of them this afternoon in the loss to Staunton.
Well, Carroll on a 5-point run. The ball game was tied at 8-all, and now 5 unanswered points by the Pilots.
Simeon Williams in the lane. The runner is rimming good. 7-point lead for Carroll. Simeon Williams off to a big start. He transferred this year to Carroll from Meridian. 3 of the 8 teams here in the field with key transfer students. As Meister had his shot tipped from behind, I believe, by Williams. And here's Box on the move. He does it himself, or at least tries to. Nesby follows up, but yeah, they're going to wipe it away. As the foul will go against the Pilots.
Nesby shaking his head. He didn't think he picked up the personal foul. It's a nice foul by Nesby. He and Meister are on the inside. Nesby got the personal foul.
Second team foul against Carroll. First against Nesby. Still 15-8. Carroll by 7. Here's Meister. Nice pass into Havens, whose shot is altered. And the rebound for Nesby. Inside 2 minutes to go now in period number 1. High post to Williams. And that won't roll home for him. Great effort on the boards by Hughes, but he missed the tip. And back come the Cardinals. This is Doherty. And not Darren Monroe. Havens with a baseline jumper. It's too long. Meister with the rebound basket. Kurt Meister with his second basket. 6 early points for him. It's a 5-point Carroll lead. Championship game later on this evening. Jim Albrecht will join Greg Sterick with the call of that one as Hales Franciscan tries to become the first Chicago champion since '85 when Tom Shields' Providence St. Mel club won it all. Tyrone Nesby there with the rebound basket, and it's 17-10 Carroll.
Carroll all over the offensive glass. 8 offensive rebounds here in the first quarter.
Hales Franciscan to go against Staunton. The Bulldogs have never before been to Champaign. They hope to make their first trip here an extremely memorable one, which it surely would be if they win that game this evening. Turnover there by the Cardinals, and the Pilots with a 7-point lead now and less than a minute to go in the period. And with Hamilton in that zone, Carroll will hold the ball up on top and wait for the final shot. And I believe Hamilton will be content to let them do that.
They're just going to let the clock run down here in the first quarter. Carroll's had plenty of opportunities from the 3-point range. They've knocked down 3 3-pointers. They're 3 of 8 from 3-point range, and they've got the rebound edge at 14-12. A nice start by Hamilton. Early, the ball game was tied at 8-all, but then from that point on, it's been all Carroll.
Bill Chumber looks on as his offense now will go to work as the final Seconds tick down. Box to Nesby. Nesby had it stripped away. Gets it back, but he can't get a shot away in time. Can Staunton get one away? No, that one is too late by Brownlee, and we come to the close of the first period with Cairo on top, 17-10. We'll return following these local messages.
If you want the best there is, you go to a specialist, someone who knows the field, knows your needs. Now, if you're shopping for a minivan, you want the specialist at the Dodge Minivan store. They know more about minivans because Caravan is America's bestseller, outselling all other minivans. And because there are so many Caravan styles to choose from, just tell the specialist your needs. They'll do the rest. Only at your nearest Dodge dealer, the Minivan store.
You'll be on the water soon, and Great Lakes has the right boat for you in stock. See the large selection of new Mariah and Rinker boats from 18 to 23.5 feet with your choice of Mercruiser power from 4.3 to 7.4-liter engines. Mariah and Rinker's outstanding quality and great looks, plus the performance of Mercruiser stern drives, make an exceptional value. And there are special preseason prices on all in-stock boats. How can you lose? Come make your choice now for a full season of family fun at Great Lakes Boat Company, Hamilton, Illinois.
Next weekend here in Champaign, it's the Class AA tournament, and part of the show next weekend will be the Country Company's three-point showdown. 8 guys competing at 11 o'clock next Saturday morning for the big prize in that particular department.
Cairo outscored Hamilton 9-2 in the final 4:40 of that period. Hamilton only 2 points in the final 4:40. That was a rebound basket on the inside by Kurt Meister, and Meister had 6 of the 10 points.
As they get it into Meister again here, but his shot short off the glass. Nesby for Cairo. Here's Box and Marcus Davis. Hamilton still in the zone. Into the zone it goes, and Williams missed the layup. Meister with the rebound. 7-point lead for the Pilots. Monroe decides for 3 and gets nothing. But the rebound saved in by Brownlee. Good play by Brownlee, and now a walk called against Havens.
Nesby already with 7 rebounds, too, Dick. He and Hughes are really doing the job on the glass. Those two have got 11 of the 15 total rebounds for Carroll.
Now, rebounding will be a problem in this game for Hamilton. Maybe particularly on their defensive end. That's where it can really hurt you. Inside to Williams, and he's off the mark from the field once again. Doherty with the defensive rebound.
Williams 1 of 5 from the floor.
We're a minute into the second quarter of the third-place game here in Champaign. Meister with a baseline jumper. Havens tried to keep it alive. Williams is the one who knocked it out of bounds, so Hamilton will get another chance here.
Meister's getting some good looks, and you know, sometimes when you get a little tired, the first thing to go if you're a shooter is your legs. And when your legs get tired, it makes it a little bit more difficult to shoot the basketball. And looks like Meister's starting to shoot the ball just a little bit flat on that jumper. Maybe fatigue starting to set in just a little bit, Dick.
And that's another reason why both of these teams will go to the bench in this game, perhaps more than they otherwise would. Brownlee at the wing. Cutting in front of Meister is Williams. Great play to save it back to Nesby, but his pass is tipped right back to him. Nesby starts over again and runs into another defender. Meanwhile, a 3 for Box is off the mark. And Hamilton corrals the rebound, and we still haven't had a score here in the second quarter.
Plenty of shots for Box and Davis, though, but they just can't hit. They're 1 of 9 from the floor.
Brownlee drew the foul that time with the move down the baseline. It was on the shot, and he'll go to the line. Marcus Davis commits his first foul as we look at the play again.
Now Brownlee just beats Davis on the drive. He's a left-hander, but he puts it in his right hand. A good move on the baseline. Comes back into the defensive man, Davis. Davis picked up the personal foul, and it's going to be Todd Brownlee at the line to shoot 2.
He's a junior, as his free throw is off the mark. Boy, so many underclassmen in this tournament. What was it? Half of the starting 40 players on the 8 teams.
19 of them.
Almost half are underclassmen. as Brownlee puts up the first point here in the second quarter. It's now 17-11 Cairo. There you see Sean Stevenson checking in, replacing Todd Brownlee. Stevenson, who missed 8 games because of a disciplinary problem, in the game here now as the shot there is missed by Williams. Inside is good block. He had it swatted away.
I think Havens got it, didn't he?
Havens got the rebound after he made the block, and here's Ryan Lemon, who just checked back in. Pull-up 15-footer is off the back of the iron. Marcus Davis the other way for Cairo. Terrace Purchase has checked in for Cairo. Meanwhile, the shot from the corner by Nesby is off the mark, and another foul. And it's against the Pilots.
Cairo's only shooting 21%. They're 6 of 28 from the floor. In Hamilton, they're only 21%, 4 of 19. So both ball clubs just not shooting it well.
Meister tries inside. Great rejection by Williams. And back comes Cairo. A lot of blocked shots here early in this one, and a lot of missed shots. But when you get a shot blocked, it's a little tougher to shoot it the next time.
I think players think about that, huh?
I would think they would, as the foul here is called against John Holcomb of Hamilton. A lot of fouls here as well. It's not a tremendously well-played game to this point, but these guys are getting more into it as they go into it. There's the steal by Nesby, a great battle for the loose ball, and we get a held ball called, and it will be Cairo's turn.
For Hamilton, number 12, Darren Monroe checks in.
Now Darren Monroe is back in, and Ryan Lemon sits down as we see the loose ball again.
Well, battle for the basketball. Nesby going after it. Havens going after it. Nesby able to pick up the loose ball, and it's batted away once again. But it's a real battle for the basketball.
Three-pointer missed, but on the rebound, the basket, I believe, is Hughes. Boy, he is tough on those offensive boards.
He's another one of those young players, Michael Hughes, only a sophomore.
And the lead is 8, now the largest of the day for Cairo. They've just scored their first points of the second quarter. Hamilton almost lost it. They reset their offense here. Holcomb wants to shoot for 3, and that's in and out of there. Hamilton getting some tough luck on the shots as the rebound is for Hughes. Here's Terrace Purchase on the drive. He lost it. Holcomb tipping it ahead to Monroe, but he had to come back for the ball. That allows Hughes to catch up with him, but a good move by Monroe, and then he missed the shot. Stevenson follows it home. Sean Stevenson makes it 19-13. Cairo with a 6-point advantage.
Good job of running the floor by Stevenson. Could have given up on the play. It looked like it was going to be an easy one for Monroe, but Stevenson right there to clean up.
Here's Williams fading, and an air ball, but right there to grab it is Tyrone Nesby. That was a pass, actually, wasn't it? Let's pretend like it was.
Nesby now with 10 points in the ball game.
21-13, 8-point lead for Cairo. Monroe wants 3, and they just can't get it as that one bounds over the backboard. Those shots aren't very far off from 3-point range, but they won't fall for the Cardinals. And they've dug themselves a little bit of a hole here as they find themselves behind 8 points. Brian Stillwell here during the officials' timeout will try to turn things around as he talks to his troops. It is a 21-13 lead for Cairo, and one of your network sponsors is Toyota.
Your Toyota dealers are proud to announce a beauty of a deal on a beauty of a car. A one-of-a-kind introductory offer on the all-new Toyota Corolla with its Camry-like styling. The deal is $179 a month for 48 months with no down payment. It gets even better. No strip down here. You get air conditioning, power steering, AM/FM radio, even driver's side airbag. But it's a limited time offer, so for the best selection, don't wait. Why settle for less than a Corolla? Your Toyota dealer can give you a beauty of a deal for less than you thought.
At ICI Seeds, we've learned a very important lesson from our customers: patience. So while we could have come out with our 9 new hybrids last year, or even the year before, we didn't. Instead, we waited. Because just as good wasn't good enough. In a world of reruns and spin-offs, we took the time to give you something completely different. So come see your new hybrids from ICI Seeds. And by the way, thanks for waiting.
Well, Cairo with the 8-point lead, but Hamilton battling back, and here's Monroe. missing the shot, but a nice follow here, Greg.
Well, Hamilton doing a good job pushing up the floor. Stevenson comes right there into your picture, number 42. A good job of running the floor, and he gets a nice, easy stick back. The ball goes inside. They pump it inside. Williamson struggling inside, shooting the basketball, but who's there to clean up? Tyrone Nesby, and Nesby with 10 points and 8 rebounds already in the ball game. Both ball clubs really not shooting it very good at all. 21% and 25% for Cairo.
Williams misses another one, but he gets his own rebound and then is fouled by Brownlee, who just got back into the game. His second, team's fifth, or sixth, excuse me.
Yeah, with all those missed shots, Dick, you know there's plenty of opportunities for rebounds. The rebounds right now, Cairo with 22 and 18 for Hamilton. There's 40 total rebounds already in the basketball game. But when the offensive rebounds is where it really matters for Cairo. They've gotten 12 of their 22 off the offensive glass.
Simeon Williams has his 5th point of the game, and now it's a 9-point lead for the Pilots. And there are Mr. and Mrs. Williams watching their junior son, or their senior son, play here as he missed the next free throw, and it's still 22-13. Holcomb. And now in the corner with the ball is Brownlee. He makes the baseline move, but can't do much with it. He has to send it back out.
Playing a 3-man game, aren't they? A little triangle formed on one side. Now it's back over on the weak side, a 2-man game, and Havens is going to slide to the post.
This is Monroe. He finds Havens, or Stevenson rather. Here's Havens. Jump pass, not on the money. Picked off by Terrace Purchase. Cairo up 9 with the ball. Davis has been firing a lot of threes, and he gets his second of the game there to elevate the lead to a dozen.
4 threes now for Cairo, 4 of 12 from three-point range, 6 points for Davis in the starting assignment, starting this ball game because Chucky Cohen's bothered with a back injury, not even dressed. He's in street clothes on the Cairo bench.
As Monroe moves toward the basket, but is forced back out to the side by Nesby. Oh my, that pass was right to Williams. Holcomb thought somebody was cutting to the bucket. Now Cairo turns it over. So a little sloppiness here as Ryan Lemon comes back for Hamilton. Number 4, Lemon, replacing Darren Monroe. Yeah, Cairo with 4 3-point baskets, and Greg, they've the Hamilton defense has invited those threes. They're happy to keep the ball out of the middle.
Well, when Davis is in the lineup, he's ordinarily a real good 3-point shooter. He had some problems in the semifinals and the quarterfinal games, but he's a good shooter from the outside. They got a lot of confidence in him.
Stevenson's shot is short off the glass. Cairo back the other way. Davis ahead of the defense, and he had the layup opportunity. Lemon forced a foul from behind to prevent the basket, and Ryan Lemon has picked up his second. And with 2 minutes left to go now in period number 2, Davis goes to the free throw line as Terrace Purchase sits down for Cairo.
Purchase a nice job. That last play was a nice outlet pass, a good quick look down the floor, had his head up, and Davis was on the receiving end of a nice pass by Purchase. There's the look. There's the pass by Purchase. Keeps his head up right there. Nice pass to Davis. Davis tries to finish. Davis was fouled and at the line to shoot free throws. Knocks down the first free throw. And Marcus Davis, only a junior, 70% free throw shooter on the year.
Cairo as a team struggles from the line, hitting only 58%, but Davis gets both of those, and they're 5 for 6 from the stripe here in this game, and their lead now is 14, 27-13 in favor of the Pilots. Brownlee, it is Stevenson. Here's a fake 3-point try, and now the shot put up and in by Doherty, who just got back into the game for Hamilton. Their first bucket in a while. That's 27-15. Cairo now by a dozen. Here's Williams. His shot missed, but Nesby with the follow.
Nesby's got the nose. He's got the nose for the basketball. Always around it. He was right there to clean up and hit the nice short little pull-up jumper in the lane.
He has a dozen already, almost as many as he had the entire game this afternoon. 29-15, 14-point lead for the Pilots as Brownlee answers at the other end. And it's a 29-17 score. Now Meister returns to the ball game after a brief rest. Havens will sit down. Or Stevenson, excuse me, the one who went out for Hamilton. Havens is still in there. Just a bit more than a minute to play in the first half. A 3 effort by Davis. And Nesby there for the rebound.
I like that offensive set. When Davis can shoot from the outside and it doesn't fall, Nesby's right there to get the offensive rebound and stick it back.
Better than a pass, maybe, huh? And then who knows, you might make the 3. Here's the jumper by Havens, and boy, he, in traffic, was able to get the jump hook away and cut the lead back down to a dozen. 31-19 the score. Cairo on top. We're now down to 36 seconds left here in the period. And the Pilots against the zone will be content to wait for the final shot of the first half. That's Glenn Box holding the ball in the center jump circle. Bill Chumbler, the veteran coach at Cairo, whose team suffered a real bitter loss in the super sectional game last year to Benton, and then lost a tough one this afternoon in the semifinals, but they're going for third place now. Shot from the corner. Nesby missed it. And the rebound shot off in time, but it won't go as the horn sounds. Williams had a good opportunity there to stick it back, but it wouldn't fall for him, and Bill Chumbler's team settles for a 12-point lead at the intermission. Cairo 31 and Hamilton 19. The Cardinals jumped on top early. They were up 3, but it's been mostly Pilots since then. The championship game later on, Hales Franciscan and Staunton will go at one another. First time in the title game for both of those schools. In fact, neither had been to Champaign here before this season. Let's go now to Joe Passion, who is with Brian Stillwell of the Cardinals.
All right, thanks very much, Dick. Brian, you go into the locker room. What adjustments would you like to make to bring out a different ball club this second half?
Well, once again, same thing in the first game this afternoon. We're not blocking out very well on the backside. The big kids got 2 or 3 putbacks on us, and if we can limit those things, it's just going to make our defense a little better and make them beat us from 20 feet instead of 2 feet.
All right, Coach, go get him. Have a great second half.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Brian Stillwell, he'll be back with his team. We'll see what team comes out of that locker room. In the meantime, we'll be coming out of this break with more halftime festivities from the Assembly Hall of America's original March Madness.
Today we're going to visit the secret fishing hole.
Where would you be without milk? Milk has magnesium for balance, riboflavin for agility. It's remarkably slim on calories, and milk has protein to boost your energy.
This is the secret fishing hole?
Sure. Ask anybody. Milk, it does a body good.
I'd go back to Car.
We only fix what needs fixing.
You bet they'll get me back.
We show you what's wrong and what's right.
I'd go back to CarX.
At CarX, we know there are dozens of places you can go for brakes, shocks, exhaust repairs.
For sure, CarX will get me back.
We're going to give you just what you need at a great price, because we want to be the one you go back to.
Yeah, I'd go back. CarX will get me back.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom. Don't worry, call the CarX man.
I lent my car to my brother, and he demolished it. 2 years old, didn't have a scratch. Funny, about a month before my agent had recommended this extra keeper coverage, $21 more a year. I remember thinking, well, I probably don't need it, but if you think so. Turns out, they gave me a brand new car. This year's model.
Country companies. It's nice to know when it matters most. The country's behind you.
Guess it's just a matter of trust.
Farm Credit Services, through our federal land bank associations and production credit associations, have been financing the future of farming in Illinois for more than 75 years. We make long-term fixed, adjustable, and variable rate farm real estate and country home loans. We also offer farm operating and equipment loans. For more information about your local federal land bank associations and production credit associations in Illinois, call 1-800-234-0405, extension 850.
The Pilots of Cairo have the 12-point lead, and the difference really in this game is 3-point shooting. Pilots have 4 threes, and the Cardinals of Hamilton have none. So there's the 12-point difference, plus 15 offensive rebounds already in the ball game for the Cairo Pilots, and that's really causing some problems, as Brian Stillwell said, for his Hamilton Cardinals.
Well, I thought the threes were a big factor for Cairo. As you mentioned, they get 4 threes in the first half. I thought Nesby also had a nice first half. It was questionable how much he was going to be able to go because of the leg cramps. Played pretty hard. He got 14 points in the first half, and I thought Davis, with a starting assignment, replacing Chucky Cohen, had a nice first half, too. He had 8 points, but if you're Hamilton, you got to do a much better job keeping Carroll off the offensive glass. That was really the difference in the first half. Carroll was able to really crash the boards. Also, Hamilton, very cold from the floor, only 29% from the floor.
It's always tough to play with a lot of emotion in a third-place game when you've lost in the semifinals just a few hours ago. But these teams doing a pretty decent job of that. It's been an entertaining game thus far. 31-19. Carroll has the lead here at the intermission. And we'll return following these local messages.
If you have been injured on the job, you are most likely eligible for benefits through workers' compensation. Your employer will be represented by experienced attorneys and insurance adjusters who will represent you. You can't fight big insurance companies all alone. Make sure you get a fair chance. Call our attorneys to ensure you get all the benefits to which you are entitled.
Protecting your rights and your future. The law firm of Cruz, Dempsey, and Riggs.
These Hamilton merchants congratulate the Hamilton Cardinals on their first trip ever to the IHSA Finals. Great job, team. The First Financial Bank, member FDIC insured. The Hamilton Cardinals are first with them in Harnicher, Farm and Home Supply, your Dynamark Riding Mower headquarters, and Sill Motors, 123 Boulevard Road, Keokuk, Iowa. The way to go. Support these Hamilton merchants and cheer the Cardinals on. Go, team, go.
Live at the Assembly Hall, we're at the half, and the Pilots right now are flying away from the Cardinals here at the break of this Class A consolation game. Joe Passion back with you. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened last week at the Redburn Arena, because there was a lot of excitement going on there in basketball and high school, the girls' championship. And we go back and look at the final clips of Carthage and Marshall winning state championships for the second year in a row.
Forgetto ahead to Smith. 5 seconds. Smith still in the backcourt. 4, 3 at the timeline. 2. Never got a shot away. The Commandos of Marshall. Long live the Queen. They are champions for the second consecutive year. Dorothy Gators winning for the 6th time. Introducing the state title as Kelly McMillan put it in at the buzzer. The final score academic.
She's hugging the ref.
McMillan was looking for anybody she could find to hug.
That's the first ref I've ever seen get a hug from somebody after a game.
He didn't know what to do. He's running to the locker room.
Well, with me are 4 of the starters from that Carthage team, including Kelly McMillan, who became so excited you were grabbing the ref. Tell us about that.
Oh, well, he was the first person that I saw. I don't know. I guess I was just caught up in the excitement, and I just had to hug someone, and he was the first person there, so I just hugged him.
And it was just a matter of great excitement on your part. You know, Amber, you also had an opportunity here. Well, we'll take another look here at Kelly, and I thought you were going to hit him at first.
No, I thought about kissing him, but he was just too tall.
Well, a lot of hugs there for Dick Berry, who won it, and Amber, I know that was real special for you, too. But being an all-state player this year and, you know, all the things that you accomplished, what was the most exciting thing when now a week later it's all set in for you?
Well, the most exciting thing was being together with all my friends and Coach Beery, and coming out on top was what was so great about it. It was a lot of fun.
Well, we have a couple of more of the starters that were here, including Tiffany Carl. Now, I know you didn't compete in the Country Company's three-point showdown, but what's an idea that the girls are having toward that in its inaugural year now?
Well, I think it was really great. Chris Jackson, who participated, and she made it to state here, she had a really good time. She said one thing, though, there's not enough warm-up time. But she's like, well, you know, maybe a couple of years will be a slam dunk contest, and she's hoping maybe she, you know, she'd like to have them have more warm-up time because, you know, not everybody that participated in it got to really prove how good a shooter they are.
Now, Tia Tobekazek is going to tell us the real reason why the girls are here at the boys tournament, besides just getting a day away from home, is to root on Hamilton, your own county team. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, we know exactly how they feel, and they need a lot of support from everyone around the Hancock County area, and we don't get much credit, so we're here to root them on, and we hope they get the third place trophy.
Girls, it was a lot of fun covering you the last couple of years. Best of luck as you go on, and I hope you'll come back down and visit us. In the meantime, we're coming back with more of the boys' Class A consolation game right after this timeout. It's Carroll leading Hamilton in America's original March Madness.
Lisa Brill, Southeast Iowa Bureau Chief for KHQA TV7 Eyewitness News.
I'm proud to be a part of the Southeast Iowa community. Because I live in Southeast Iowa, I'm near the news as it happens. I care about the people of the area. I know what's important to them because it's important to me, too. I get the news for them quickly and accurately.
Lisa Brill, one of the experienced professionals on KHQA TV7 Eyewitness News. People you can count on.
You can count on sunshine. You can count on rain. And whatever you send around, well, it's gonna come back again.
You can count on changes. That's the way the world will be. And we'll bring them all to you on KQA TV.
People you can count on, that's what we will be. People you can count on, KQA TV.
At the break, the Pilots leading over the Cardinals, and Pilot head coach Bill Chumbler with me. And you were a little tight before the game. Seems like you've loosened up. How about the rest of the kids with this big league?
Well, I don't know. We're shooting them like we're loosed up. We're not making them. I think we've shot more threes first half than we shot all postseason. But maybe we'll make some this half.
All right, Coach, go get them. Have a great second half, and we will send it back over to half court where Greg and Dick take over and send you into the second half. Guys?
Well, Joe, 14 three-point attempts for Bill Chumbler's team, and they managed to make 4 of them, and that's 4 more than the opponent Hamilton has. As we check out our first half highlights, brought to you by Greg Sterrick. Greg, there's a 3.
Yeah, there was a 3 right there, Dick. It was a Tyrone Nesby three-pointer. No, it was good look there on the little dribble drive, and the shot goes up by Monroe, and he's having trouble with it, but there it is with a cleanup right there. Stevenson with a cleanup. He gets the nice follow. Simeon Williams on the inside, a turnaround jumper, the pull-up, not there. Nesby right there with a rebound bucket. Count the basket for Tyrone Nesby.
And we're going to see another Tyrone Nesby rebound basket. He's pretty good at that.
Good ball movement by Carroll, but right there the shot went up by Davis from the outside. Once again, all over the offensive glass, it was Tyrone Nesby. Nesby a big first half. He gets the stick back, and he leads the way for the Carroll Pilots with 14 points.
And Nesby, who had only 13 all game long this afternoon, with 14 for his club, but the leader for Hamilton is Meister with 6, and there you see Tyrone Nesby with 14. Marcus Davis, not usually a starter, in there because of the injury to Chucky Cohen, with a good performance in the first half. He has 8 points. It's a 12-point lead for the Pilots of Cairo over the Cardinals of Hamilton. And we'll return following these local messages.
Are you thinking of re-siding your home? Now's the time to save hundreds of dollars during All Home Improvement Company's truckload sale on installed steel, vinyl, or aluminum siding. All Home has been in business for over 40 years and has earned a reputation for the finest quality materials and expert workmanship. Act now before this special purchase is sold out. Save big money during All Home's truckload siding sale. Call 223-0497 or write All Home Improvement Company, 315 North 12th, Quincy, Illinois.
These Hamilton merchants congratulate the Hamilton Cardinals on their first trip ever to the IHSA Finals. Great job, team. The Montebello Manor Skilled Health Care Center, specializing in rehabilitative services. Security Bank of Hamilton, member FDIC. They're banking on the Cardinals. And your Erico Convenience Centers throughout Illinois. Support these Hamilton merchants and cheer the Cardinals on. Go, team, go!
Well, the ball has just been put in play here by Hamilton as the Cardinals start the second half with a 12-point deficit. And they'll try and change that here with this possession. A little different lineup. Doherty starts the second half. He had the ball a moment ago, and losing the handle as he drove for what he hoped would be a bucket was Holcomb. Carroll back the other way. You saw Terrace Purchase there, number 40. He's a starter in the second half for the Pilots, who get the bucket from Nesby. 16 for him, and the lead now up to 14, equaling the biggest of the game for the Pilots.
Nice job by Nesby running the floor and box. A good job keeping his head up, but Nesby was there. Got the two-pointer, and Carroll now the lead of 33-19, and steal by Williams.
And Meister knocked it out. Williams did make the play. Let's check out the first half stats.
Both ball clubs very cold from the floor. Not good shooting at all. Carroll 11 of 40, 27%, but they've got the lead. Free throws, Carroll 83%, 4 of 14 from three-point range, 29%, and in the rebound department, 27 for Carroll and 19 for Hamilton.
Missed shot by Nesby and the rebound for Meister. Our stats brought to you by Milk and the people who produce milk, the dairy farm families of Wisconsin and Illinois. A lot of missed shots here underneath the bucket as Box goes the other way, and he draws the foul against Kurt Meister. That's 3 on the big gun for Hamilton.
Here comes Box on the dribble drive. He just attacks. He's the aggressor right there. Meister didn't get back. Box had him beaten, and Meister reached in and picked up the personal foul. And for Meister, his second personal foul. Or is it 3?
I think you are right. It's just 2.
Yeah, I had 2.
I had 2 in the first half, and Mrs. Meister there is happy that that's only 2 on Kurt, as Box is able to put down both free throws, and the lead now has been built to 16 points, biggest of the game. Nice pass into Havens, and the basket on the assist by Jeff Doherty. Josh Havens scores his second hoop. 14-point difference now. Caro on top, 34-21. Terrace Purchase getting a little more playing time in this game. He's played well. And he gets it inside here to Hughes. What a nice spin for Hughes right by the big guy Meister. He is quick. Michael Hughes.
Yeah, nice drop step. Good quick move. Accelerates to the glass. Gets it up on the window. Nice basket by the sophomore Hughes.
Boy, I like him. 5'11", 185-pounder. As the shot at the other end here is put up no good by Brownlee, but he did draw the foul and will go to the free throw line. Hughes, last year, according to Bill Shumler, was barely a JV player for this ball club. Got in a little bit of time with the JV, but he's really been enthused by his improvement, as we see that play a moment ago once again.
Yeah, Brownlee very quick on the drive. He's a left-hander, takes it strong with his left hand to the glass. Simeon Williams right there tried to pick up the charge. Half step too late. He picks up the foul. Brownlee at the line to shoot 2.
And Brownlee is now 1 for 3 for the game from the line. Todd Brownlee, a 68%er, tries to cut into what is now a 16-point lead for Caro. The left-hander rolled that one good. So it's 37-22 with 6 minutes to play here in period number 3. Hamilton still in that zone defense. Dropped for a moment by Williams, but he gets it back, and Meister now has picked up his 3rd foul. We'll watch it again.
Watch Meister. He gets him with the body. See, he gets the body, and then he gets the reach. He initiated the contact right there. He looked surprised, but that was a good call on that play. They went inside to Simeon Williams. He was strong with the basketball. Meister with the personal foul.
Yeah, if Williams did create the contact with the body, it's definite from the replay there that Meister did get him on the arm. As free throw by Simeon Williams produces his 6th point of the game and builds the lead back to 16. Williams rolls that one good. And it's a 17-point difference as Meister now is forced to leave the game with that 3rd foul, and Sean Stevenson is in for the Cardinals. 39-22, and there's an interception for Hughes. Great pass on a save into Nesby, who spins by the defender Holcomb, who commits the foul. That basket would not have counted. The foul occurring before the shot. It'll be inbounded here by Caro.
Great steal, though, by Michael Hughes. Good body control. Looked like he was just going to go out of bounds. Watch Nesby with a spin right there, and there's the personal foul right there on the reach by John Holcomb.
Holcomb didn't get him. Havens surely did. But they called it on Holcomb. And here's Purchase for Caro. High post pass, and Williams nails the 15-footer.
Williams just doesn't really get enough credit on this ball club. I mean, he's an awful good player, and he's a senior, and people ought to be looking at him. I think he should have an opportunity to play somewhere next year at 6'7". He's got a nice stroke from the outside, and when he plays hard, he can really get it done on the glass.
There's the shot from the corner. Missed by Doherty, but scooping up is Holcomb. Great effort by Holcomb, but it's Williams who gets the rebound. And then it's loose, and Holcomb's going to end up with an easy one. Well, that's fair play, because Holcomb really worked hard for that earlier shot, which he missed. His first basket, 41-24, 17-point difference here. Caro had a 19-point lead briefly, their biggest. Now it's 17. Here's Williams rolling it, not good. And it's Stevenson with the rebound. Skip pass finds Holcomb open, but he doesn't want the 3-point shot. Now Doherty will take it.
And they're just not able to get a three down. They're still 0 for 4 from three-point territory. And only 10 of 35 from the floor for 29%.
I thought they'd taken more threes than that. They've missed only 4, but made none. And we have a stoppage of play here with now 4:33 left to play in the third period of our third place game. As you see Holcomb's layup there off the steal. One of your network sponsors is ICI Seeds.
At ICI Seeds, we've learned a very important lesson from our customers: patience. So while we could have come out with our 9 new hybrids last year, or even the year before, we didn't. Instead, we waited. Because just as good wasn't good enough. In a world of reruns and spin-offs, we took the time to give you something completely different. So come see your new hybrids from ICI Seeds. And by the way, thanks for waiting.
Your Toyota dealers are proud to announce a beauty of a deal on a beauty of a car. A one-of-a-kind introductory offer on the all-new Toyota Corolla with its Camry-like styling. The deal is $179 a month for 48 months with no down payment. It gets even better. No strip down here. You get air conditioning, power steering, AM/FM radio, even driver's side airbag. But it's a limited time offer, so for the best selection, don't wait. Why settle for less than a Corolla? Your Toyota dealer can give you a beauty of a deal for less than you thought.
The two referees in today's game have become very good friends. They've worked together for the last 15 years on the same crew. In fact, one referee says about the other referee, he's as young as my daughter. And that's the one without the hair. Back to you guys.
Hamilton without enough points right now. There's 17 down. Ryan Lemon back in the game was fouled by Tyrone Nesby, who spins away from that call with a little look of disgust on his young face.
I think he wanted that steal, and then he wanted that 2 or 3 big dribbles, and then he wanted that lift off the floor for the jam. That's what he wanted. There he goes right there. Got him across the arm and maybe even across the face. Nesby with the personal foul. He just wanted that jam, Dick.
Can't blame him for that. His second personal. Ryan Lemon controls for Hamilton. Brownlee in a jam here, able to get out of it, but Stevenson's pass intercepted by Williams, who was a foot away from him. 41-24. Cairo has been in control almost from the start. Hamilton did have an early 3-point lead. Cairo looking for its second third-place trophy here in Champaign in the last 13 years, as the shot here is missed by Nesby. Havens with the rebound. Hamilton right now forced to play without its big inside player Kurt Meister, who's watching from the bench with 3 fouls. Hales, Franciscan, and Staunton play for the championship next, as Lemon's 3 won't go. They're still scoreless from outside the arc. This is Michael Box. And the pass to Nesby, who is tripped up there and is fouled by, I believe, Holcomb, number 14.
Nesby, a good job running the floor. I like Box. I like the way he keeps his head up. It looked like he was going to shoot. Spotted Nesby right there, and Nesby was hammered on the play and got him before the shot, so he won't get any free throw opportunity. The Cairo's basketball underneath their own basket, and Box running the show for Cairo.
Team foul number 4. And grabbing the shirt of Simeon Williams that time was Havens. That's one way to stop him.
That's one way to slow down that quick first step. Grab him by the jersey.
But Havens is called for the foul, so that's number 5. And now another inbounds pass for the Pilots. Marcus Davis, who's had 2 threes, now has 3. Davis with 11 points in the ball game, and it's a 20-point lead for Cairo. 20 is the number by which they won in their opener here against Dakota, as the miss there is John Holcomb's.
Real good experience for Davis, too. Davis will be back next year. Davis only a junior.
A lot of people back for Cairo. Sneaking inside and then tumbling to the floor was Glenn Box. And he tumbled to the floor because he was fouled. That's team foul number 6, but they may say this was a shooting foul, and Box apparently headed to the line.
And there's Box right there, a little lean in, and right there's the foul. Ryan Lemon picks up the personal foul, and good look at Glenn Box. the senior and one of the co-captains of the ball club.
4 fouls now on Ryan Lemon. And he's forced out of the game as John Holcomb checks in for Brian Stillwell. We'll get some instruction there first. Here's Box's free throw. And we misidentified this young woman earlier down on the lower part of your screen. That's Mrs. Glenn Box, or Mrs. Box, the mother of Glenn Box, who just made both free throws. And now it's a 46-24 lead, 22-point advantage for Cairo, and another steal by the Pilots. But Box threw it right back to Brownlee. Here's Stevenson. He goes to the goal, and against a tough defender, he did manage to draw the foul. Williams is whistled for the personal.
Nice strong move that time by Sean Stevenson. Took it right at Simeon Williams. Williams picked up his third personal foul.
We'll see it again here.
Nice outlet pass. Stevenson quick. There's an aggressive move right there. Leans away from the defender, and then Williams got him across the wrist. Sean Stevenson at the line, and Stevenson a 70% free throw shooter.
As he nails the first. 46-25. Now the score. Into the game for the first time, James Merriweather. We saw him earlier today in that game against Hales Franciscan as he replaces Simeon Williams. Williams playing in his final game for the Pilots as both free throws are through there for Stevenson. Another guy playing his last high school basketball game. Here's Michael Box running the show, and it results in a dunk effort by Nesby. No foul was called there, and Hughes missed the follow. Now it's a loose basketball, but it's going to roll right to Hamilton's Darren Monroe, who just checked back in. Stevenson from 17, but he shot at about 18 feet. The rebound for Brownlee, and he'll go to the free throw line.
A nice effort that time by Brownlee to get on the offensive board for Hamilton. The shot went up from about 17 feet. Shot didn't fall. Brownlee very active on the offensive glass. Another nice dish by Box. Here comes Nesby going for the jam. Getting up for the jam. Splits 2 defenders. Just didn't get it up over the rim.
And one of the defenders looked like he was on the arm there of Nesby.
Boy, he can lift, can he? He can really accelerate and get up.
As the free throw by Brownlee rolls home. He's made 3 of 5 from the stripe and has 7 points in the game. And his team within 19 now. The Cardinals have scored the last 3 points. And make it a 4-point run for Hamilton as they try to make it a little more interesting here. 2:21 to play in the third period. It's now 46-28. An 18-point difference. Box is in a box, and the ball out of bounds off of Hamilton.
Brian Stillwell, the young coach of the Hamilton Cardinals in his second year, and done a tremendous job. First trip to Champaign.
Long lob, great pass, but Hughes had to save it back to Merriweather as the pass did take Hughes too far underneath the bucket. Now the ball dribbled out of bounds, or was a foul called?
I think the foul's going to be on Merriweather.
So, another opportunity for Hamilton from the line.
Well, an ill-advised shot right there by Merriweather. The defense was right there, and then he went back, a little frustration, picked up the foul as Havens had the basketball, and Merriweather to reach over the back.
And it's the 5th team foul, so no free throws. Brownlee on the drive. Good pass into Havens, who gets the basket. And 6 points in a row now for the Cardinals. 46-30 is now the score. Here's Nesby to Box. And a great feed to Merriweather, who gets the lay-in. Merriweather's first basket, and that's how to run the fast break offense against pressure defense. 48-30, Cairo. This is Doherty getting it across the timeline with a pass to Brownlee. The shot by Brownlee won't go. The tip Havens no. And now the follow is good for Monroe.
Monroe stayed with that one nicely.
Here's the touchdown pass again. This time it's on the money, and Hughes missed the layup. And the follow is missed again. It won't go in there. How about another try? Marcus Davis wouldn't get it to fall. Back comes Hamilton, but Brownlee didn't see that pass coming. Great effort to save the ball in bounds, but he got there too late and then dove through the camera crew over there. What an effort by Todd Brownlee.
3 shots, too, by Carroll down the offensive end. And couldn't believe there wasn't some kind of foul called in through all of that. Maybe they just missed the shots. Maybe they weren't fouled.
Another 3/4 length of the court pass, and Hughes finally gets the layup down by the bucket. He knew if he stayed down at that end long enough, it'd pay off. His 4th basket of the game, and it's 50-32, an 18-point lead for Cairo. We're in the final minute now of the third quarter. This is Stevenson, and it won't roll for him. The shooting has been a little frustrating for both teams here in this one, as the reach-in foul is whistled there against Hamilton.
You know, Hamilton with only 12 field goals in the ball game, Dick. They're 12 of 41 from the floor.
And that's right around 30% or so as Bill Chumbler looks on.
And they're a good shooting basketball team. Excuse me, speaking of Hamilton, they came into this tournament shooting at a 51% clip. So, I mean, you know, they've got good perimeter shooters, and they execute on half court to get good shots.
Now, the Cairo defense certainly has something to do with Hamilton's shooting woes in this game, as Glenn Box has been an excellent shooter from the free throw line. He's made all 5, now all 6 in this game. Puts his team back up by 20. It's 52-32. Holcomb to Stevenson, and now the ball tipped out of bounds by Williams. Still belongs to Hamilton. We're down to 35 seconds to play in the third period. And you can hear some discontent among the folks in the seats here at the Assembly Hall. They thought a foul was committed there.
Get off each other.
Nice pass into the lane, and Stevenson did draw the foul that time. That's the 6th team foul against Cairo as we move to our roving reporter, Joe Passion.
Down on the floor, you'll see number 12 from Hamilton, Darren Monroe. Talk about a kid who has overcome adversity. He was in a serious auto accident last year, thrown over 100 feet out of the vehicle. He broke his shooting elbow, but he's worked so hard. Here he is with the ball. He actually competed in the three-point shootout and is going to be in the finals. I guess he's over that injury.
As the shot there was blocked, and the rebound off the block results in the dunk for Nesby. 18 for him in the game. It's a 22-point lead. Final seconds of the third period. Brownlee got his shot away in time, and it's a little long, but he will go to the line with 6 seconds to play in the period. Williams has committed his 4th foul.
Yeah, nice look right here. Watch the unselfish play by the little fellow Box. A good quick leave, and you know what's coming. Boom! Nesby up. Nesby with the jam. Little hang time on that rim. Pop it back up, and Nesby with the jam. Nesby with 18 points for Cairo.
Brownlee has spent a lot of time at the line as he gets his 5th free throw in 7 attempts. I think every one of them have rolled on that rim.
Both teams shooting free throws pretty well. 9 of 11 for Hamilton, and the Pilots of Cairo 13 of 14.
That time he hit the inside of the rim and got it through, and it's 54-34, 20-point difference here. Cairo on top. They want to get the shot away in time. They do, and that'll close out the third period. Marcus Davis got the pass from Box. Another good assist by Glenn Box, the little 5'10 senior. That makes it a 22-point difference as we head for the final period. Cairo 56 and Hamilton 34 is our score, and we'll return following these local messages.
Suppose you wanted to make a chair as stable as can be. Where would you put the legs? Right at the corners, right? Now, suppose you wanted to make a car as stable as can be. Where would you put the wheels? Right. That's why the new Intrepid is so remarkably stable. The wheels are pushed out toward the corners. The further we pushed, the more stable and sure-footed it became. Intrepid. This changes everything.
What is classic rock?
Stones. ZZ Top?
Leonard Skinner.
Who plays classic rock?
No one.
You mean around here? I don't know.
Now someone is. KRRR, 100.9 FM. Classic rock radio.
Finally. It's about time.
Can I rinse my hair now?
Classic rock radio. KRRR, 100.9 FM. The cradle of rock.
Game summary is brought to you by Toyota. I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Well, Hamilton Brownlee with 10 points, 13 turnovers. Cole from the field, 28%. Carol Nesby, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 13 of 14 from the line, and they're shooting it at a 33% clip from the field.
Nesby with 10 rebounds now has 57 for the tournament. That places him 5th on the all-time Class A list for one tournament as Williams gets the basket here.
And it's a 24-point lead for Cairo. Williams now with 11. Nesby's going to have to go some to get the record, as he is 18 behind Bob Kloss of Chicago Christian, who corralled 75 rebounds in 4 state tournament games back in 1974.
Watch Nesby right here. Nesby comes in right here. Here comes Nesby up. And he just slaps it away. But he got him on the wrist. Nesby didn't think he fouled, but I think he fouled on that play, Dick.
Yeah, I think I would have called it. And that's his third, and it sends Stevenson to the line. Good look at Sean Stevenson, who has his 5th point of the game. 58-35. They're doing the wave here at the Assembly Hall as they get themselves cranked up for the championship game. Hales, Franciscan, and Staunton play for the title in a little bit. 2 free throws make it 58-36, and Hamilton applying that full court pressure, trying to make this thing interesting. Nesby going for another touchdown pass, but it was knocked out of bounds actually by Hughes. Brownlee made a good defensive play.
You were talking about the wave, Dick. Even some of the Carroll players, on the bench, they got caught up in that wave. I saw them get caught up in it.
That may be a first, but it would only happen in the 3rd place game.
In the consolation game.
Lemon with a jumper from 15 and a great rebound by Williams.
And by a team that's up by 22 points also.
That's a good point. Here's Williams spinning past a defender. And the interception by John Holcomb. The play getting a little sloppy here as Stevenson manages to avoid the travel. The shot by Holcomb is an air ball, and this is not real pretty right now. Although Hughes is going to try to change that with a nice layup. 60-36, Cairo by 24.
Hughes now in double figures with 10, and 4 Carroll players in double figures. Davis, Hughes, Nesby, and Williams.
Steal by Nesby.
Look at that shot. Look at that shot.
Gliding away from the basket. He turns his body about 90 degrees and fires it in. And it's a 26-point lead, the largest of the evening for Cairo, as now the foul is called against the Pirates. See that last one again, Greg.
The steal, great body control. Might have gotten fouled right there. He just changes hands in the air with the basketball, gets it over on the right, glides away from the defender, falling away. Tough shot, basket by Nesby. Good look up the floor, but Nesby there. It doesn't throw it to Nesby, but he spots Hughes. Right there, Nesby comes in. He was going to clean up if Hughes couldn't finish, Dick.
Marcus Davis with the good pass there. He's had a nice game, the junior. Now we watch Ryan Lemon from the free throw line. And that's just the 3rd point of the game for Lemon. Number 33, Tyrone Nesby with 20 points this evening. And Nesby has the rebound off the missed free throw. And the steal and the basket for Lemon. Great hustle by Ryan Lemon. They get 3 points out of that possession. Now it's 62-39 in favor of Cairo. Here's Marcus Davis. And Glenn Box will run the show for the Pilots. 6:12 left to go in the season for these two teams, as Lemon is the man with the theft, and he returns the other way and turns it into a bucket. That's 5 quick points for Ryan Lemon. Now Holcomb gets 2 more. Oh, man. And a timeout is called by Bill Chumbler. Hamilton scored 7 points there in about 30 seconds time, and suddenly a 26-point deficit is now 19. 62-43 in favor of the Pilots of Cairo. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
We thought the engine had caught on fire. There we were, with smoke pouring from the hood. My mom was so upset. Luckily, I had that highway helpline number that my Country Company's agent gave me. I can get help anytime, coast to coast. Comes with my car insurance.
Country Companies. It's nice to know when it matters most, the country's behind you.
Those extras make a difference.
Hey, could you guys give the dog a B-A-T-H?
Milk's got a lot going for you.
Hey, Tommy, we're going to give Oscar a bath.
Carbohydrate for energy, but it's slim on calories.
Come on!
With magnesium for balance, riboflavin for agility, and protein for stamina.
Wow! You clean already?
Milk. It does a body good.
Well, 7 points in a row for Hamilton, but they're still down 19. Big hill to climb for them and less than 6 minutes in which to do the job.
Yeah, they got behind by 26, but I like the way that Hamilton's at least come back. They're really battling. They've thrown that press at him. They picked up some steals, and Holcomb got a basket, a good finish by Holcomb, so they've got it back now to within 19, and Carroll had to call a timeout.
As Nesby looks to put it in against the full court pressure. How about that? There's another steal. Lemon down to Stevenson. And it's 9 points here in less than a minute now for Carroll. Length of the court passes to Williams. Here's the shot. Rolling not good for Joe Holder, who just checked in for Carroll. Now Davis can't get one to go. And the loose ball will fly out of bounds. That is off of Carroll, they say. It belongs to Hamilton. Well, 17 points the difference now, and 5:36 to go. Glenn Box checks back in. Terrence Purchase going to the bench. There's Mr. Purchase next to Coach Bill Chumbler. Ryan Lemon had it batted away, but goes to get it. Now Stevenson gets the basket. Count it. A foul is called. 11 points in succession, and it could be 12 with the potential conversion of the three-point play by Stevenson.
Yeah, a very concerned Bill Chumbler, the head coach of Carroll, looking on. He's already had to call one timeout. His ball club led by as many as 26, 11 unanswered points. A great basket that time by Stevenson inside. You'll see the strength of Stevenson right here. See the strength right there. He just goes up and over on the play, goes up and over Holder, who checked in for the Carroll Pilots. A good look at Sean Stevenson, the 6'2 senior.
And the free throw converts the three-point play. He's 5 for 5 from the line, and it's a 14-point difference now. 12 points in a row here for Hamilton. They were down 26 not long ago, about a minute ago in terms of playing time. Man-to-man defense now for Hamilton. They've been playing mostly zone, but they have no choice now but to go to the man as Nesby shoots inside and misses, and the ball pops out long, and with it is Brownlee for Hamilton. There's enough time here for the Cardinals, who are now down by 14.
Now Hamilton just keeps coming right at you, just keeps coming back.
Here's Brownlee. That's a tough shot, and Nesby gets the rebound and then is fouled by the man who missed the shot, Brownlee. You see Meister, number 54, back in the ball game. He checked in during the timeout. He'd been sitting quite a while with 3 fouls, excuse me.
Well, the pass by Meister goes inside, goes into the left-hander Brownlee, and Simeon Williams was right there. He had to alter and change his shot. Didn't fall, and it was Nesby all over the defensive boards.
As you look at Todd Brownlee running into the front court to assume his position along the lane. Tyrone Nesby shooting his first free throw of the game. All of his 20 points have come from the field. The rebound tipped in the air by Nesby. Still loose, but Meister picks it away. And Carroll still stuck on 62. Here's Lemon, 14-footer. Couldn't get it. The tip, no. Great battle for the loose ball. Lemon comes up with it. Meister with a driving hoop. 14 points in a row for Hamilton. The difference is down to 12. Carroll in trouble in the backcourt.
10-second call. Got to throw it deep. There you go.
He got it there in time, and now Williams is fouled by Meister. They were flirting with the 10-second violation. They'll go back to the free throw line with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. That's number 4, as you see, on Kurt Meister.
Carroll got a little complacent, and Hamilton really went after him with that pressure defense. And Meister, a good look at Kurt Meister, only a junior, 4th personal foul, and 14 straight points for Hamilton.
Williams tries to change it, and finally he does. Finally, Carroll does. They're off that 62 figure. 63-50, Carroll with the advantage. And now it's a 14-point lead. 4:20 left to play here in the third place game. Hales, Franciscan, and Staunton waiting in the wings. And so is Jim Albrecht, who will have the play-by-play story of that one for you here on the IHSA television network. Nesby winds up with a gift.
Yeah, great save there by Box. Great save by Box. He was right there to get the easy one inside.
Yeah, Box is the one who wrapped up that gift in a nice little box. As Meister misses the shot, the lead now is 16 for Carroll. Ryan Lemon to Holcomb, who wants 3 but gets nothing. Rebound for Lemon. He's a scrapper. Here's Meister. Gerd Meister's 4th field goal. The difference back down to 14, but they get it down to the other end. Caro does, and Michael Hughes gets an easy one.
Well, they can score at you quick, can't they? They get it up the floor so quick, they just beat you back.
Got to get back on defense against this team. 68-52, 16-point difference. As Caro is kind of regaining its balance here. Havens scores for Hamilton. Excuse me, make it Sean Stevenson, who now has 13 at the other end. The ball going over the basket and out of bounds, and Hamilton within 14 gets the basketball back. Still 3:16 to go. Bill Chumbler knows this one isn't won yet. Long pass ahead. Stevenson's pass off the foot of Williams, but it comes right to Brownlee, whose acrobatic shot is not good. Comes out to Lemon. A fake shot by Lemon, and a 16-footer is just grazing the iron, and the ball rebounded by Caro. Here's Box. Shovels to Williams, who's fouled by Holcomb. 2:49 to go now. Caro up 14, looking in better shape.
Once again, Box a good job keeping his head up, moving the ball up the floor quickly, and the big players, the inside players, Williams and Nesby, do such a good job running the floor. And when you run the floor like that, gives the guards nice targets to pass to, and that was the case there. It was a nice dish to Williams, and he was fouled on the play. Havens checks back in, and Brownlee checks out.
Meister is also going to the bench, as earlier Darren Monroe stepped on the floor for Hamilton. Meanwhile, it's Williams at the line, and he increases the lead to 15. 69-54 Caro. Caro, after losing that super sectional game to Benton last year in that one-point heartbreaker, lost 8 seniors. And the expectations weren't tremendously high at the beginning of the season, but you could see as they moved through the season, they were a good ball club. And they're in the Final Four here in Champaign, looking now to finish 3rd as the ball is swatted out of bounds here by Caro. With 2:38 left, Hamilton will put it in play.
Nice block by Williams on that play. A good look at it right there. Watch Stevenson come right there, and then there's Williams, and he goes straight up. May have got him on the wrist, too, on that play.
But nothing was called, and the shot by Monroe is through.
Another long pass, another long one to Hughes.
Took him to the corner where he can't do very much damage, and now the defense catches up with the play, and now they've thrown it away. Out of bounds, it'll roll, or will it? All the way down to the end, picked up by Monroe, who lays it in.
Oh, Monroe's quick. Nice shot that time by Monroe.
12-point difference now. It was 26 earlier in this period. Hamilton has really fought back, but they're running short of time. 2:08 left now. Darren Monroe with 3 baskets here in this 4th period, as an air ball 3 is not good, but Nesby follows it home. Nesby now with 24, and it's 72-58. Loose ball and a pick away by Hughes, but he gave it right back to Sean Stevenson, who spins in the lane. His pass is batted, and now the shot is knocked away. Lemon back to Stevenson, and Stevenson threw it poorly. It may result in a layup at the other end. This is Purchase who gets the basket to make it 74-58.
Now let's give the basket to Davis on that play. Davis with the basket on the play.
Sorry, my mistake. Marcus Davis scored that one. Is now stepping in was Simeon Williams, but the foul is called.
Timeout, Hamilton.
And a timeout called with 1:24 to go, as Darren Monroe, who's helped the comeback effort for Hamilton, joins the huddle. But it may be too late for Hamilton. Let's check out that last hoop.
Well, the steal by Marcus Davis right there, number 20, brings it back the other way, takes it from end to end, and Davis right there. Davis with a nice finish. Davis with 15 points in the ball game.
And let's go to our man Joe Passion, see what he has for us.
Well, you would think that things are beginning to crumble here for Bill Chumbler and his Caro Pilots. Bill Chumbler, though, is a very, very superstitious guy. Beside wearing the same sweater most of the year, same jewelry, going through the same routine. Even he picks up a lucky penny every game. And what I want to show you in my hand is the other thing. The assistant coaches always give him broken chalk before the game. This is what they use for their chalk talk. Although it's beginning to look like their game plan at times against this full court pressure being put on here by Hamilton. Back now to center court.
All right, Joe, they use that chalk to diagram some plays right on the floor here at the assembly. Assembly Hall. We saw that in the semifinal round game today against Hales Franciscan. Well, let's check out our player of the game, brought to you by Milk. Enjoy real dairy products. Look for the real seal in your grocer's dairy case. Not too much mystery here.
No, that's not much of a surprise. Tyrone Nesby of Cairo, 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 steal. He's 11 of 18 from the floor and 7 offensive rebounds. And a good look there at Tyrone Nesby. Nesby, only a junior. He will be back.
His work for this season apparently is finished, as he'll watch the final 124 of this game. His team up rather comfortably by 16. Doherty gets the basket for Hamilton. His second of the game, 74-60. A near steal as some subs are in the contest now. That's Jamal Avery on the move. Nice pass, and the layup is a good one for Michael Hughes.
Boy, great look by Avery just off the bench. Great look. No look pass by Avery.
Here's Holcomb. And a reach-in knockaway there by Avery. He almost had the steal, but instead it comes inside, and there's the basket for Stevenson.
You know, Avery's just a freshman, too. A nice steal right there by Holcomb, and the block by Holder inside.
But the missed shot, now another effort, and that's good for Holcomb, and the lead is down to 12. Hughes gets the pass at the other end and gets it to Williams, who will reverse the layup through with 30 seconds left to play. 78-64, Cairo by 14. Hamilton down 26 at one point in the fourth quarter, got to within a dozen, but couldn't get any closer. Monroe to Doherty, and a gliding shot rolls good. Jeff Doherty cuts the lead to a dozen again, but now there's 15 seconds to go. And now a foul call. Stevenson and Terrace Purchase, they're exchanging some words, but they're doing all right with one another as they'll walk down to the other end, and we'll get some free throws here for Cairo. But right now, let's check out the play of the game, brought to you by American Airlines and American Eagle. Something special in the air.
Well, it's a special play here. It's a long pass, and you see right there, box. It's a special play, and it's also by the player of the game, Tyrone Nesby. Nesby with the jam, hangs on that rim, pops it back, and Nesby with the jam. That's the play of the game.
He isn't quite as high as one of those American Airlines, but he got up in the air a little bit. Was he watching the monitor there? He looks like he's pretty happy
nice
with
smile.
it.
I like the smile on that guy's face. He knows we're talking about him, doesn't he?
I think he does. Meanwhile, Terrace Purchase is at the free throw stripe. And he makes it 79-66 Cairo.
It's not just us that's talked about him either. This place has just been buzzing about the play of Tyrone Nesby. In the championship ball game, the next one coming up, there's some outstanding players on both of those ball clubs, too.
As we see coming into the game for the first time, Courtney Wiggins, junior, for Cairo. Also in for Cairo, Larry Johnson. He's another junior. And in for Hamilton now, Nathan Boussalat, as the throw is good for Purchase. He got them both. 80-66, Cairo by 14, 13 seconds left to play. Here's Monroe with it. Three-point shot off the dribble is short. We're down to 6 to play as the ball is batted out of bounds with 4 seconds left here. Hales Franciscan and Staunton next, and the Class A state title is on the line.
Well, that's going to be a fun one, too. Hales with some outstanding players. You talk about Greg Wood. You talk about Lonnie Brown, and Brown's the guy that stepped up and hit the big shot to beat Cairo in the semis.
Long one for Doherty is not good, and at the buzzer, the tip, I believe, will go. Yes, Stevenson gets the final bucket of the third-place game. He finishes with 17 points. 15 of them came here in the second half as Hamilton gave it a good effort in the fourth quarter, but really couldn't quite get back into it. They lose it by a dozen, 80-68. So Cairo finishes the year at 26-8, and they win their second third-place trophy. They did the same thing in 1981 under Coach Bill Chumbler. The Hamilton Cardinals, their first trip ever here to Champaign, finished the season at 28-4. They started the day with a 16-game winning streak, but lost to Staunton in the semifinals, and then lost to the very talented Pilots of Cairo here in the third-place game. Now we get set for the championship contest. Hales Franciscan against the Bulldogs of Staunton. Let's go to Joe Passion now, who is with the winning coach and the player of the game.
Well, Bill Chumbler's all smiles. All those superstitions obviously worked. You came away with a great third-place trophy. How do you feel about it all?
Well, it wasn't very pretty at the end, but it's nice to be third in the state, I'll tell you that.
we had a play of the game here, Tyrone, that I know you're going to enjoy. Let's look here at the monitor and describe this slam that came earlier in the game.
Let me see it first. That's something I learned back in the 4th grade. Y'all don't know about that. Look at that. Check it out. That boy bad, ain't he? What did I teach y'all how to shoot dunk like that? Come to my class.
You learned that. Now you're going to have a class like that at the dunk finals next week?
That's just a preview. Okay. I ain't even showed you nothing yet.
All right, we'll see you then. He's all ready for the 3-point dunk contest at the Class AA finals on this floor next week. A big win here for Carroll. They get the 3rd place trophy. And, of course, our congratulations to Hamilton for their 4th place trophy here tonight. And let's send it back over to center court to Greg and Dick.
Anthony Nesby learned that move in the 4th grade. I want to know who his teacher was, Greg.
That's the only way I didn't describe that play. I didn't know he learned it in the 4th grade either. It was a nice dunk by Tyrone Nesby, and he had a tremendous tournament. And Carroll, an outstanding basketball team, and Bill Chumler and his staff are to be congratulated. They really got his ball club ready to play in the 3rd place game, and they built that lead to 26 points. And then I think you have to look at what Hamilton was able to do. Those kids really fought back. They battled hard, got it back to within 12, and that was just as close as they could get, as Carroll had it pretty easy down the stretch. Carroll, a much more physical team, got some easy points inside, but it was a balanced attack of Carroll, and they win the 3rd place trophy.
And what a season for the Cardinals. They provided the folks in Hancock County with a lot of excitement. Great year for basketball fans in Hancock County. You heard Joe talking earlier about Carthage's state championship last week, and boy, Hamilton would have loved to have followed in those footsteps, but they couldn't quite get it done.
No, Hamilton had a tough ball game this afternoon against Staunton, and here when they were matched up tonight against Carroll, you know, Nesby has the ability to just take over and dominate a ball game. He was off to a quick start. He and Williams, the other big 6'7" player of Carroll, they got their ball club off to a quick start, and that was just tough going for Hamilton Cardinals.
Well, let's look at the final figures for this basketball game, won by the Carroll Pilots. Our scoring summary is brought to you by Milk and the people who produce milk, the dairy farm families of Wisconsin and Illinois.
Well, not real good field goal shooting by either ball club, although Carroll did get it up over 40%. Free throw line, 14 of 17 for Hamilton, 82%, 90% for the Pilots at 19 of 21. 3-point field goals, 0 for Hamilton, 5 for Carroll. And you look at the rebounds, pretty close. 3 edge for Carroll at 43-40. Turnover department, both ball clubs with 17 turnovers.
Boy, 141 shots in that game between the two teams, and Carroll wins it 80-68. One of your network sponsors is DuPont.
I just put it together. It took about an hour and a half one Sunday afternoon, and it's been in constant use since.
Bill Shepard is the kind of farmer who likes to figure things out for himself.
We call it the country cruiser.
Whether it's inventing an all-terrain farm stroller or controlling his weeds. So he goes with Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2. Uses 1, 2, or all 3, and designs his own post-soybean program.
And it's worked out real well.
Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2. What makes them better is you.
Your Toyota dealers are proud to announce a beauty of a deal on a beauty of a car. A one-of-a-kind introductory offer on the all-new Toyota Corolla with its Camry-like styling. The deal is $179 a month for 48 months with no down payment. It gets even better. No strip down here. You get air conditioning, power steering, AM/FM radio, even driver's side airbag. But it's a limited time offer, so for the best selection, don't wait. Why settle for less than a Corolla? Your Toyota dealer can give you a beauty of a deal for less than you thought.
80-68 was the final here in the 3rd place contest. The Pilots of Carroll win themselves a 3rd place trophy. Hamilton settles for 4th, and now we're about ready to find out who gets the big trophy, the #1 trophy, Hales Franciscan or those Staunton Bulldogs.
Well, it ought to be a good one. We've got definitely contrasting styles. Hales likes to get it up and down very quickly, so I think it's going to be very important for Staunton to try and control some tempo in the ball game.
Jim Albrecht standing by to describe the game for you. Greg Sterick will be here as well, and we look forward to a very good contest. Certainly, contrasting styles and tempo will indeed be a key. It'll be Staunton and Chicago Hales Franciscan to play for all of the marbles here in Champaign at the Class A tournament. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
I may not know exactly what I want, but I sure know what I don't want. I don't want to end up like Uncle Harry, stuck in a frustrating job, can't afford to retire.
Well, here's a few things you can look
My insurance agent at Country Companies got me started on my retirement plan 3 years ago.
Country Companies. It's nice to know when it matters most, the country's behind you.
Uncle Harry didn't plan to fail. He just failed to plan.
Top-of-the-line parts.
The red, blue, and white.
Expert advice.
It's a good sign.
Your Big A Auto Parts store.
Keeps your car running right.
Where the pros go for auto parts.
See Deer Ridge Big A Quincy, Apples Auto Parts Hannibal, and Shannon Auto Supply Fort Madison. Someone to depend on when you depend on your car.
These Hamilton merchants congratulate the Hamilton Cardinals on their first trip ever to the IHSA Finals. Great job, team. The First Financial Bank, member FDIC insured. The Hamilton Cardinals are first with them in Harnicher, Farm and Home Supply, your Dynamark Riding Mower headquarters, and Sill Motors, 123 Boulevard Road, Keokuk, Iowa. The way to go. Support these Hamilton merchants and cheer the Cardinals on. Go, team, go.
All right, we are getting set for the boys Class A championship basketball game between Staunton and Chicago Hales Franciscan. Joe Passion back with you on the Assembly Hall floor, but what better way to find out about these two teams than to talk with two coaches who have played both teams twice, both losses. They may not want to talk about it, but Don Davison of Aurora Christian played Hales, lost twice, both games in overtime, including the Super Sectional. If you had to go a third time, Don, how would you recoach them?
Well, I've seen them 8 times now this year. You have to handle their pressure defense, and they'll give you about 3 different looks. They'll give you a man-to-man, a full-court trap, and a half-court trap. Tom calls it his amoeba defense, and it is tough. You're going to have to rebound with them, and you have to run the court with them. If you can do those 3 things, you can stay with them.
All right, and Jim Lapkoff from Bunker Hill High School played and lost to Staunton twice. Jim, how would you take him on a third time?
Well, I would do the same thing that he said. I would try and press them as much as possible and make their guards work. And even if we didn't steal the ball, I'd try and make Tuba work. And I'd have to hit the boards a lot harder.
All right, guys. Well, congratulations for you guys getting as far as your schools did this year. Hope you enjoy the game. Hope you will, too, because we'll be back to preview our boys' Class A basketball championship game right after this timeout from the Assembly Hall. And a message from one of our local sponsors.
Loves me not? Not really. It's not a daisy. It's an artichoke. Welcome to the wonderful world of artichokes. And if you've never experienced an artichoke, you're in for a treat in the next few seconds. We're going to tell you a little bit about them, how to prepare them. This is a fresh one, of course. They also come frozen. Frozen artichoke hearts, marinated artichoke hearts, and the wonderful...
Wouldn't it be nice if there was a radio station that just played the classics? No, classics. Classic Rock Radio is here. KRRR 100.9 FM, the cradle of rock. The real classics are right here. 100.9 FM, KRRR, the cradle of rock.
Our tomorrow depends on the children of today. So what is being done locally in education to prepare them? I'm Eyewitness News reporter Robin Nance. Every Monday evening on KHQA TV7 Eyewitness News, we'll show you what children are doing in the classroom as well as outside of school. We'll introduce you to teachers, school officials, parents, and a lot of students. Join us every Monday night as we take you beyond the book.
Nothing you've ever seen, nothing you've ever heard can prepare you for the excitement, the passion, the battle, because nothing this powerful has ever been on television before. You want war? You've got war! The explosive saga of crime-buster Elliot Ness and mobster Al Capone has only just begun. Next time on The Untouchables.
Sunday at midnight on KHQA TV7.
The Staunton Bulldogs went to the Twilight Zone to get their way against Hamilton in the semifinals. And for their coach, Randy Legender, he is back to earth as he goes to the championship game. Tom Shields of Hales, meanwhile, predicted his outcome.
Okay, we want to lead the ball. If we get the lead and the ball, Spartan time, and we'll win the game.
Williams with the ball is Brown. They may give it to Brown or stay. Brown for two. Got it with 2 seconds remaining. No timeouts left. This one is over. It is over. And Hales Franciscan has done it. They have beaten Cairo. Woo, what a big bucket.
Only one more challenge stands ahead of Hales and Staunton. The Class A Boys State Championship is next. Live from Assembly Hall on the campus of University of Illinois in Champaign, the IHSA welcomes you to the State Boys Class A Championship game. Hello again, everyone. Well, it's time, the Bulldogs or the Spartans for the Class A Basketball Championship. Before we get down to the X and O's about these two teams, let's find out how they got here. Hales Franciscan with a clutch win over Cairo in the semifinal on a buzzer-beating shot by Lonnie Brown. And then Staunton, of course, had an easy way with Hamilton winning by 10 points in their semifinal to reach this championship game for both teams. Their very first time here. Now, both teams come from very, very different type communities. And before we get to the X and O's on the game, let's go back to their communities and find out the origins of these two schools. The town of Staunton, located in southwestern Illinois, about 1 hour from St. Louis, is one of the state's oldest communities. Founded in 1817 by John C. Wood, farming and coal mining were Staunton's original industries. Nicknamed the Bulldogs, Staunton High is just over 1,000 students in all grades. Staunton Mayor Fred Bauer's son, Derek, is a member of the varsity boys basketball team. Chicago's near south side, Hales Franciscan rests within a few miles of the University of Chicago, the Museum of Science and Industry, and the new Comiskey Park, home of the Chicago White Sox. Hales, an all-male black parochial school, has a long tradition in basketball excellence as well as in higher education. An inner-city school striving for academic excellence, Hales receives support from the Michael Jordan Foundation. Against Chicago Hales Franciscan. The boys Class A Championship is coming up next from Assembly Hall.
Another day begins in Europe. And as it does, American Airlines will touch down in 13 European cities in 9 different countries. So whether it's business or pleasure that brings you to Europe, fly the airline that can have you there as early as tomorrow morning. American Airlines, something special to Europe.
Driving used to be relatively safe and simple, but in this day and age, with so many cars on the road, thousands of people a year are injured in auto accidents.
If you're one of them, contact Cruz, Dempsey, and Dempsey. Just as driving is no longer simple, neither is getting a fair settlement if you're injured. Before you talk to an adjuster, let one of our qualified attorneys see that you get a fair chance.
Protecting your rights and your future. The law firm of Cruz, Dempsey, Dempsey, and Riggs.
To set the table between the Bulldogs and the Spartans, let's send it now over to half court and Greg Sterrick and Jim Albert.
Thanks a lot, Joe Passion. 2 into 1 dream. There are 2 teams remaining for the ultimate dream. Of course, one of those teams, the Staunton Bulldogs, and Joe Passion talked with their coach, Randy Legender, just moments ago.
Give us an update on how you're going to deal with this team. What concerns you most about Hales?
I think obviously, I'm sure you've talked about it, the up-tempo type of game that they play. We are generally a half-court offense. We need to concern ourselves with taking care of the basketball, trying to slow them down in transition.
Mr. Mr. Legender needs to get his big man in this ball game. That would be Mr. Kuba and Meyer.
Well, Kuba and Meyer are the good inside threats, and they had a big ball games this afternoon. Kuba has the ability to go out on the floor. He plays all three spots on the floor. Had 20 points, 11 rebounds in the ball game this afternoon. Got some help from Meyer also. Meyer chipped in with 11.
Hales Franciscan coach Tom Shields has won one state championship. That was with Providence St. Mel. He's trying to win another one here, and Joe Passion chatted with him moments ago as well.
Tom Shields, real quickly, Tom, give us an injury update and how it will affect your game plan in taking on Staunton.
Well, Sean is here in the hall. He's warming up. I told him at the end of the warm-up, let me know how you feel. I need an honest answer, so what do you think you can give me a couple of quality minutes?
And playing this Staunton team, anything specific?
Well, we have to, I think, establish defensively some defensive superiority if we can, and try to get some offensive transition off of the defense.
Two of the big players for the Spartans, the hero of today's semifinal game, Lonnie Brown, and of course, Mr. Consistency, Greg Wood.
Well, Greg Wood's their all-stater. He's very consistent. He had 17 points in the ball game this afternoon. He's the inside threat. On the outside, you've got two outstanding guards in Ralph Williams and Lonnie Brown. Lonnie Brown had 25 points in the win. He's the fellow that hit the big basket up and over Caro. It was about an 18-foot jumper that put him in the championship game. It was Lonnie Brown who had the big basket.
There's only one of these every year, the Class A State Championship, coming your way from Assembly Hall following these local messages.
Arts Quincy. It's for you.
Mary Jorgensen for Culver Stockton College. Join us for the free performance of the Missouri State Ballet on March 25th. Francis Mason, editor of the Ballet Review, says that the Missouri dancers are graced with superb energy, the invigorating communicative power of ballet at its best. See the Missouri State Ballet, March 25th.
Call the Quincy Society of Fine Arts at 222-3432.
Lisa Brill, Southeast Iowa Bureau Chief for KHQA TV7 Eyewitness News.
I'm proud to be a part of the Southeast Iowa community. Because I live in Southeast Iowa, I'm near the news as it happens. I care about the people of the area. I know what's important to them because it's important to me, too. I get the news for them quickly and accurately.
Lisa Brill, one of the experienced professionals on KHQA TV7 Eyewitness News. People you can count on.
There are the records, and these are the starting lineups. Compliments of PA announcer Steve Adams at Assembly Hall.
Championship game featuring the Bulldogs of Staunton High School, entering this game with a record of 26-4, and the Spartans of Chicago Hales Franciscan, who come into this game with a record of 23-10. At forward for Staunton, a 6'5" senior, number 50, Andy Kuba. Forward for Hales Franciscan, a 6'6" senior, number 40, Kaim Cunningham. At the other forward for the Bulldogs, a 6'2" senior, number 44, Brad Skirtich. And at the other forward for the Spartans, a 6'5" senior, 31, Keith Stanton. At center for Staunton, a 6'5" senior, number 52, Kevin Meyer. And at center for Hales, a 6'5" junior, number 30, Greg Wood. At one of the guards for the Bulldogs, a 5'11" junior, number 20, Ronnie Hampton. And at guard for Hales Franciscan, a 6'2" sophomore, number 21, Lonnie Brown. At the other guard for Staunton, a 6' junior, number 42, Jeremy May. And at the other guard for Hales Franciscan, a 6' sophomore, number 20, Ralph Williams. Let's meet the coaches.
There's our head coaches, Randy Legender and his starting five that you just saw here take the Assembly Hall floor. And, of course, Chicago Hales Franciscan, led by that man, Tom Shields. He's been in the business 15 years, 3 years at Hales Franciscan. And now we will look into the huddles and send you away for just a minute as we come back for the state championship game at Assembly Hall. One of your network sponsors is Toyota.
Your Toyota dealers are proud to announce a beauty of a deal on a beauty of a car. A one-of-a-kind introductory offer on the all-new Toyota Corolla with its Camry-like styling. The deal is $179 a month for 48 months with no down payment. It gets even better. No strip down here. You get air conditioning, power steering, AM/FM radio, even driver's side airbag. But it's a limited time offer, so for the best selection, don't wait. Why settle for less than a Corolla? Your Toyota dealer can give you a beauty of a deal for less than you thought.
We had to build some machine that would stop the compaction of the soil.
Mike Pieper is the kind of farmer who likes to do things his own way, whether it's building a belted planter or controlling his weeds. So he goes with Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2.
A continuous rubber band, basically.
Uses 1, 2, or all 3.
That oscillates off a center pivot.
And designs his own post-soybean program. Classic, Pinnacle, and Assure 2. What makes them better is you.